All right, Andy. What is going on? All right, so BAP review. First things first, I'm just going to talk about some basics of Baptiste. This is not saying that you don't necessarily understand them. It's nice to go over them again. And if you didn't know any, it's very helpful to know. Couple things. First off, I run the best skin, Vegas, Eternal. I'm kidding. Either way. One thing very important about his kit, obviously, you know what his kit is, jump stuff like that. Very useful. But a big part of his kit is just his rifle. You mostly want to focus on your rifle. Your ability usage is nice, but your rifle is all that matters most of the time. I think the best Baptiste will have good ability usage and good rifle usage, but you know, like, I think rifle usage is more important. I don't know why I said it like that. So yeah, good aim obviously is very important. And so yeah. So yeah, good aim is important, but that's not really an issue with you. Honestly, you kind of beam people, and that's not even just your aim assist. Like, I've seen a lot of control players that don't have very good aim, so you kind of just beam people. You're really good at it, so that's good. That's really good. But to truly master the rifle, you got to know your tempos. I don't know if you know them or not, so I'm just going to go over them just in case. So the main tempo is focusing just on one. Not main tempo, sorry, this is not your main tempo. Just one of your tempos is just only healing. So this is like in a case where you can't see an enemy. So you just see your teammates. Might as well just heal them a little bit, especially if they're getting poked, gives you free ult charge, stuff like that. I like to always aim for directs. I don't know if you knew this, but you do get more healing if you land a direct compared to if you land a burst. So like, as you can see, he was full, but he wasn't. As you can see, he's a little bit more HP than this guy does, even though they're taking damage at the exact same time, because he's getting direct heals and he's not. So I think it's 70 healing direct, 50 healing for like the effect around it, for just like area of effect heals. Obviously, just kind of shoot it at the one who needs the most healing. I like, you know, just shoot it at like your Reinhardt or whatever tank you have, and it should hit most people around them if you're playing BAP in a correct composition where everyone's grouped up. If they're not, well, just aim for directs all the time. So yeah, BAP is wanting to be played in Brawl and Poke. So team comps that might be grouped up a little bit. Poke might be a little bit separated out, but in the end, you're mostly going to want to stick with, you know, your Cassidy, like Apple says, you know, like stick with your hit scan. You can kind of do that, or you can stick with your tank in other circumstances. I like to stick with tank because it's a little more consistent for when solo queuing in comp, because that's what I mostly do. But of course, in an actual scrim scenario, stick with your DPS because you have a lot of damage output yourself, you know, like you can beam people if you have good aim. Obviously, these are just fucking standard bots. Like, these things have massive hitboxes for how much HP they have. Like 200 HP, but like headshot hitbox of Orisa. So, you know. Either way, long story short, even at long range, you could get some crazy damage off. Like, his damage output's insane. I don't know why I'm checking my tab. So, oh god, back to tempo. So either you're full heal, you can also be full damage if your team does not need healing, or maybe you're the only one alive, you know, stuff like that. But your main tempos are gonna be shoot, heal, shoot, heal. So it keeps up your full healing tempo. So like, you know, this is the healing speed, but you can add a shot in between. You're not slowing down healing. I don't know why I'm doing it backwards. You know, like, you can... Obviously, it's hard to do it when you're flicking that much. I wouldn't recommend that if playing controller. So like, but say you're doing like here, you know, like this. You could just switch back and forth, shoot at that, land a direct on him, shoot at the enemy. Sometimes you can do this with just like your left stick aim. So like, you don't even need to you don't even really need to move your crosshair at all. Just like maybe a tiny bit for a little bit of adjustment. But like, you know, you can kind of just stay behind your team, stuff like that. So, you know, shoot, heal. Doesn't lower your healing output while you can have a damage output. It's how you truly get like high stats for Baptiste, is just shoot, heal. Your other tempo is this actually, if you hold both your triggers at the same time, you actually get it. Shoot, heal, shoot, heal. It does lower your healing output a little bit. I don't recommend doing that. Do not hold both the buttons at the same time because it ruins your like habits. Like, it just makes it so much harder for no reason. But instead, you know, heal, fire 2, you can heal then. Your healing output's gonna be less, but your damage output is doubled. So like, for just a little bit less healing, double the damage output. This is actually like what pros usually use, is because they land those insane damage shots that can like help 2 shots on when you pop your ult, get a fucking burst, and then do like that. Like, when I use an ult, I actually like to use shoot, heal. Because like, you can triple burst someone. Obviously, I wouldn't like 180 to heal usually, unless I really have to. But shoot, heal, especially when someone's low and you need to get the kill off, but your team still needs a little bit of healing. Shoot, heal, you're gonna be your other tempo. Other than that, you know, just always be on your toes, always pay attention to your team, but at the same time, you have an insane damage output for support, so you always gotta be paying attention to the enemies. If you're running a Lucio BAP, which is kind of a standard for us, remember that you are going to be an important piece of more damage output. You know, Lucio Bap is a very good backline because it's great for rotations with Lucio, but it's also great damage output and utility for Baptiste. So that just based on rifle alone, shoot, heal, or shoot, heal, for based on how much healing you need or whatever you're comfortable with. I actually usually just stick to shoot, heal, because I'm just more comfortable with it. I've spent a lot of time doing that in my hours of Baptiste. But yeah, just remember your tempos. Remember that even though you're shooting, you can heal a little bit, and it doesn't really show down your shooting that much. But yeah, shoot, heal, like lowers your damage a little bit, but it higher your healing, and then double shoot, heal doesn't really lower your damage at all, but it lowers your healing a little bit. So it's like what you ever want to prefer. For abilities, always save your important one, the immortality. You want to save that for as best as you can. A big thing I like to do is either think before you use it, like, do I need this here? You know, it's very easy to make a mistake, and I'm going to try to point that out if I ever see an accidental immortality when I'm watching the VOD. If you ever make a mistake with it, obviously it happens, you're gonna make mistakes, but you know, like saving it for a pulse bomb, saving it for an ultimate that you're ready for the enemy to have, like stuff like that is very important. And obviously if you use it and you save a person with it, that means value, that means it was good, so don't worry about it there. But always try to save it for important cooldowns, because that is your important cooldown. It is 25 seconds long, which is super long, so just keep that in mind at all times. For healing burst, I usually just use this one when I need help healing. Like, just whenever you see something critical, like hit, I usually just hit my healing burst. Like, if they're in a not very good spot, like they're gonna probably die, give them that healing burst. It does insane burst healing, especially when they're critical, because it gives that extra like boost heal if it's they're critical, just like 80 burst or something like that, not including DPS passive. So like it's some insane burst to save someone. So I just like to make sure they're always critical first, just to get off that extra like double, like that extra like 40 healing or so that you get out of it. It's useful. So I usually save for the critical. Again, this is not knowing like your habits yet, I'm just saying all the basics. So yeah. And then for ultimate, of course, I think Apple's kind of taught this one a little bit, so you're better than I am. My ult use is just obviously horrible, so make sure that put it in a spot where, say, it is always trying to get value throughout the entirety of its ultimate. If you just place it and like go for an insta kill, like that's good, that's really good. But if you can't use it afterwards, say like it was more angled this way and then the fight's this way, like you can't really use that unless you're like holding a weird specific angle. Say if it was on this here. Weird. Why am I spraying all the time? Sorry, that's like a weird habit I have. I just spray all the time. Either way. So yeah, save was on that, and you can't really chase with it. So instead, if you put it like I did, where you put it more at an angle, you can both shoot this way and shoot this way. And yeah, and like stuff like that. And if your team walks through, you can heal them. So yeah, like something like that, where you can just always get usage out of it, is kind of your best bet. Of course, I think Apple's taught that one a little bit more, so I'm not too worried about your ult usage. I'll more call out anything that I see in a VOD. So yeah. What else was I thinking of? Oh, jumping. This is very important. Don't jump too much, but don't never jump. His jump is actually an amazing tool. It's great for obviously vertical height, but it's great for your survivability. Jumping around in a fight make you a little more unpredictable, but you gotta make sure that you're not just always jumping. I have a bad habit of this where I'm just like land on the ground, charge and jump in the air. It makes it a little bit easier to aim because you can kind of see above your opponents. Makes it a tiny bit easier to land headshots when you're looking down on someone. But I have a bad habit of jumping all the time, and that's not a good thing, because the moment you're going against like a solid Widowmaker, you jump in the air, you're the easiest shot. They just wait for you to reach the peak of your jump, bam, they took your head off, and that's over. We're now down in the fight. So I guess like play it by ear. If they're playing a ton of projectile characters, you can kind of get away with it a little bit more. But only jump around when you have to. And just remember that you can always reposition to high ground. That's something I'd like to do a lot. I like to jump up. Oh God, if I can make this jump for some reason. I'd love to jump up high ground and then pop my ult. I love to jump. God damn it. I love to jump up to high ground before popping my ult though. Like, so, you know, teammates are down here or whatever. I jump up here, grab my ult. Say we're playing down here. Obviously, this isn't bad saying. But say we're playing this way, looking at these enemies over here. Jumping up to high ground first, pop your ult, burst them down. Make sure that your team is pushing in when you do this though. And this is going to be a case where you use it for yourself. I usually like to use them selfishly just because I don't trust my team. Of course, if you're having more of a set play and you're wanting to be like, okay, I'm gonna window here, then that's obviously that's more of a set play, and then that's fine. Make sure you're commenting to your teammates where you want to put it if you're not just gonna use it for yourself. But if you're using it for yourself, you know, just say like, I want to window this fight, and just like whatever, just pop it done. So yeah, I like to jump up to high ground first because it gives you a little bit better of a vantage point, and well, lobbing is a lot easier when you're doing it on someone's head. So like your heals are easier, your shots are easier, and well, it's just amazing for both damage output and healing output. And then you can once again just go up there, do your shoot, shoot, heal, or shoot, heal, and whatever tempo you want, and you just get amazing value with it, and the window is good, and then you save the game, you know, like something like that. I don't know, whatever hero store you want. So yeah, that's kind of just the basics that I always think of when I'm playing Baptiste. I kind of touched this a little bit before of what team comps he wants to play into, so I'm just going to touch it here again. So pretty much just anything but dive. He works great in poke, probably like the premier support for like Sigma. He's really good with Ramattra, obviously. He's good with Orisa, Reinhardt. He's solid with Roadhog. He's solid with Zarya. He's fine with Queen. He's fine with Melga. He's kind of fine with pretty much everyone but the 4 dive tanks. Obviously, Kiriko might be a little bit better for certain characters. I know Kiriko's usually played with Junker Queen Melga to counter anti. Kiriko's just an amazing jack of all trades healer that can pretty much just do whatever the fuck she wants, play whatever comp she wants. But Baptiste, he's very flexible as well. So remember, he's still the premier choice for high level team comps, for high level teams. They love to play Baptiste. He's very, very strong, great damage output, great healing output, amazing utility. His ultimate's really good, you know, like he's just a lot of things going for him. So yes, remember, poke, rush, brawl, or whatever. Rush, not the name for brawl. So yeah, just comps that teams want to group up a lot. Comps that are just about a lot of damage output, and that'll be your brawl and your poke. So yeah, that's the obvious stuff. I expected you to know that, so I'm just, again, just going over it because it doesn't hurt. So yep, now we're gonna do this. Now we'll start the VOD review. Cool, New Junk City. I like this map for BAP, actually. There's a lot of, just before we even do anything, there's just a lot of just different high grounds that you can play on. I'll be honest, I didn't play the best this map either, in my opinion. Either way, there's a lot of things that you can do. So you can stay on this low ground and you can jump up to this high ground. That's already a good thing. This is a great window spot, by the way, just to like get full sight control. And if your team needs to play behind right here, they can get tons of heals, and then they push out. If they can just get them to like not sit back here, like, or you can force them to sit back here. That's the better one. You could force the enemies to like sit right here, and then your window just holds this direction. Like, what the heck are they gonna do? They're just gonna get rolled. Just insane damage output. Works great with both your slow DPS things. I've actually had an issue with this comp when I was playing against it. The double, not like I had an issue, but I mean the main issue with this composition, and I know maybe your teammates weren't the most flexible DPS wise, but you had no one to truly help Brawl frontline. You didn't have a Cassidy, no Mei, not even like a Tracer or anything. Nothing to help Brawl frontline. That's something you do gotta be worried about. So that's kind of in turn turned on to almost like you a little bit, where you need to help Brawl the front line. You need to make sure that Ramattra has enough damage output to be able to do what he wants to do. Because even though obviously your team has great damage output, they can't chase him the same way. They cannot go with him. They cannot fight close range. These are 2 long range DPS. While you can fight close range a little bit better because you have abilities to survive. And I mean, you don't really need to worry about going in with them because you do have the Lucio to help out a little bit. Anyways, let's do this. I'm just gonna, just in case I need to, this one. Just because I need to skip a little bit. I like to blow this a little bit. Cool. Alright, let's do this. Nice skin, by the way. Love this skin. Great skin. Okay, rotate with the team. Nice. Cool, you do shoot here. Okay. I expected you to be able to do it. But like this, yeah. I expected you to do it, but like, you know, I was just reiterating it whatsoever, just in case. That was actually a time where you could have shoot heal the Ryan a little bit and do a little bit more poke damage. Obviously, it wouldn't have mattered much. It would have just probably given, well, in this case, me more ult charge. Right now, I like that you're trying to help, but don't leave your tank in the dust. Obviously, not a main issue. This is in like a different team comp. Usually the Lucio wants to go help, and you stay on the tank. Is this where you're lagging? I think that might be where you're lagging. Because I don't, either that or you're trying to chase someone. But be careful chasing alone Baptiste. He is great and he can 1v1 when you have to, but you usually have to use your abilities to 1v1. So you gotta be careful when trying to take 1v1s. I'm really cocky, so I love taking 1v1s, but just be careful. Don't make mistakes that I do. I make a lot of mistakes when playing Bap. Okay. I like how you're watching Tracer. That's good. That's good. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay. You, in that situation there, I would be careful and try to rotate with team. So I think this might be what I want Lunar specifically to do is to like, right here, I want you to have amp speed. I don't know what they amped for. What did you amp for? Oh, when you're rushing there? Oh, okay, okay, and then that's when we rotate it. Okay, but yeah, this is a situation where I feel like you should use amp speed and kite this, because you almost got caught out. If our team was a little bit more coordinated, we might have just got you dead right there. I think I remember calling you out, but I don't know if my team was fully ready for it. Yeah, this is like, especially this way, this is what I mean. You rotate left, but the rest of your team's on the right. So you're a little bit split from your team. Again, if our team was a little more coordinated, had a little more practice, we could literally just take Phoenix, Lucio speed, amp speed, bam, we're on the Baptiste. There's nothing you can do. You don't have beats, or in this case, you do have cooldowns to save your life, but that's bam. That's super important cooldowns just to save your life, which we could just turn around, go kill your DPS, you know, like stuff like that. Like we could just run down here and kill your team if we were a little more coordinated and we wanted to go in quicker. And we were a little bit iffy with that. And this is something that I wish we could work on fully as a team, of just going in on people as a group. You know, like there's times where we can catch out a Baptiste, just like in this situation, where we can just go in as a group and kill you. But like when you're rotating this way, be careful of splitting from your team. It's really easy to accidentally split from your team trying to make the safe play, but then you split the wrong way, and now you're just an easy like, oh fuck, they just 3-2-1 Lucio speed, bam, you're dead. There's not much you can do. Just always be careful when splitting up from team like this. Because you kept your Ram kept the Rein back, it actually wasn't a huge deal. But if your Ram couldn't keep the Rein back, or your Ram dies, like that would just, it's just over. Actually, I think I popped window to kill the Ram. My man is drinking a brisk iced tea. Okay. Man, I'm yapping a lot. Okay, be careful when making this play. Because we have a hit scan ready to go, if Darko was watching you there, you could have just like possibly died. Like if they were watching you, like 2 headshots, you know, you're just dead. Okay, fucking metals in, Jesus. Yeah, nice play. I like how you use your burst to save you in your Mac. Nice. Okay, I like you holding high ground. Nice, nice. You could have windowed that. Honestly, I would have just immediately windowed that. Like the moment you jump up to this high ground, post a window, watch point, and just cap. Because the moment you cap, it's the pressure is on the other team to like, okay, either we got to make the decision to fight this after you're capping and just gaining it. Do we have to fight quickly, or you just gain free percentage? So just pop that, just pop that ult right there. Try to catch out one of the people, because like there's 3 of them there. So like I literally just like go up here, take your ultimate, pop it down on this high ground, maybe like at an angle like this way. I would put it like this angle, so like the window's exactly like how I'm looking. Then you could shoot at this direction, but also you can chase this way, or maybe like poke it off a little bit like right here. That way, because you can see us, we're just all 3 point. Like we're just sitting there. Set it up. Could be a free kill if your team was ready for it. Yeah. Nice. I do like this window though, taking the fight. This was huge. I think I ended up just going really aggressive and catching you off guard, yeah. No one expects a Baptiste to be stupid like me. I even do. Yeah, I just fought you. I remember this play. I think I killed 4 of you guys. I was proud of this. DPS Baptiste. I'm a little bit of a DPS Baptiste sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. I get into a one-track mind. It's an issue. There is times where you could just DPS on Bap. Sometimes it is worth it as a support to just DPS. even so it's the idea that if you're doing damage and killing things, then those enemies cannot fuck, I just punched my mic. If you're doing damage and killing things, then those things that you're killing can't deal damage, so you don't need to heal the damage that they're about to do. Say shooting at a Pharah when you're Ana, so you're sitting in the back line, you're just shooting out, you know, like they're just tanking your, like you're just destroying your tank by just shooting constant Pharah rockets at them. So what you do is you just shoot the Pharah once or twice as Ana, then bam, now they can't just full on damage your tank over and over again because they're like, oh crap, I gotta back out, you know, I'm like half HP after 2 Ana shots, you know, like they all of a sudden have to be scared of you just because you shot like twice in their direction. Just making an enemy scared or even getting the kill makes it so they can't deal damage to your team, so you don't even need to worry about healing that. So that's why sometimes you'll see a DPS Baptiste like, man, they have no healing, but their team's shitting on you because they don't need to heal. They're just killing things better. That's why Olari and Zenyatta work as a support, because you don't need to heal when you're just killing things. That's why Lucio usually doesn't have an insane amount of healing output, because you're just killing things. You're just running them over with speed boost, so you don't need the healing. It's why dive works as well. God, I could just keep going about that for some reason, but that's why dive works. You usually don't have as much healing necessarily for dive, but unless you're running on a brig, that's a lot of healing. Rob? This is just an ult fight. Yeah, you got shattered there, so there's not really much you could have done, but I like that you used your lamp. That was a good lamp. If it unfortunately didn't work out, but that's because you kind of got shattered. Not much you can do there. I do like the reaction though. Okay, I don't know why your team's on a flank. Oh, it's because it's Mac. Never mind. I was about to say, why are you on a flank? But that's just Mac. Okay, Darko just insane. Jesus. I think you're healing. Oh, were you reloading? Oh, you got caught while reloading. That's unlucky. Ooh, I like the Immort. Okay, I see you. I'm sure you know this as well, but just in case you didn't, Immort is the exact same lob speed as your heal. So if you never know the distance, you can always just like shoot a heal first, and then you can like, oh, that's how far it goes. So yeah, I'm sure you knew that, but you know, I'm just making sure that you do know all the basics. Just making sure. All right. I like that you hold high ground. That's a good thing. I don't know why Mac's doing that. Mac's a weird player. He is very good, but holy fuck, he loves his off angles. He loves his little flanks. That is unfortunate. All right, so I'm actually gonna use myself as an example here with this window. So this is what I like to call a very aggressive window. Like this is a window that I want to use because I want the fight to happen quickly. This it's the same thing as Apollo says. You want to ult first. You want to take the fight to them. You want to make them scared of your fight. Dude, I'm gonna take forever if I keep pausing this often. So I'm just gonna use my ult as an example as, you know, just a good way to just aggressive ult. And this is what I wish you did that other time, where you just pop ult first when I was talking about like putting it on high ground. This is like what I did. I want to take the fight to you guys. Like bam, I threw it down and tried to fight it. My window was a little bit bad, but this is a little bit bad. I wish I placed it out a little bit further forward. Same thing. This is something I was thinking of, but I did have a little bit of an angle off the side of the corner. This is what I was doing. I was kind of just watching this angle a lot. That's when you got the Mac call out in the background. Darko just fucking shit on him. Yeah, see, I was able to, even though I used it one time to try to get a first pick at the top, in the end I was still able to continue using it on that high ground afterwards because I had it at a lip off. I did that on purpose so I can see onto the point as well. I wanted to angle it a little bit more, but of course I made so many mistakes with my windows all the time. I'm really bad with window usage. Anyways. So yeah, that's just an example of an aggressive window where I'm just trying to take the fight to them. I'm looking for a first pick. I like to just throw down window and start shooting and just hope that I can find a pick before they can react or use anything in time. That's a very aggressive window. It's a fun play too when you get it off. Ooh, you got lucky, I'm gonna be honest. We should have rotated faster. If we rotated faster, you might have been dead. Be careful when you're running in front of your team like that, because we were rotating that way. I don't think you guys knew. Ooh, nice shots. You almost got so fuck. Bam. Yeah, Max just split. That's the main issue with this comp. This comp doesn't, the DPS don't like to play grouped up with team. Oh. I had another window? Jesus Christ, how much am I healing this game? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm sucking my own dick right now. I'm not done. I'm not trying to do that right now. Okay. What I would like right here is you just rock top and ult. Oh, Okay, huge beats. I can't believe Lunar dodged that Shudder. And the dodge on Durno. Dude, Lunar's kind of going crazy this fight. That healing burst. Yeah, I would healing burst there. Because if Phoenix doesn't miss those shots, Lunar is dead. So just use healing burst. If you're missing your heals, just use healing burst. I think it's your left bumper if you use default controls. Like, just pop that shit. Okay, nice shots. Nice shots. The aim assist. The aim assist, Andy. Holy fuck, your aim is crazy. Man. You make the aim assist look so easy. When I was playing on console, I was shit with aim. I was so bad at Baptiste. I can't play Baptiste on console anymore. I just can't do it. I'm so bad. I cannot aim on controller, but you can. So use it to your advantage. What am I doing? Just jumping back there. That's my bad habits. Okay. Phoenix just gets Lucio diffed. Goddamn. Okay. Okay, I like this window. Good window. Good window. Good shit. Good shit fucking window. That is heat, bro. Absolute baller window. And I remember we tried to touch and then it was just like they die instantly or something, right? Yep. Oh, it was you that fucking obliterated Phoenix. Oh. That was unfortunate. This is when I wish my team just died. If you're ever caught in this situation, like my DPS are in right now, where you're just that far out, but like they're going, what I hated is they're going towards the point. I just need to complain a little bit. The point was like over here or whatever. I think it's this one. They're going towards it, but like you guys are chasing with a Lucio, and all I could think in my head I was like, oh god, you guys are so fucking dead. And guess what? I was right. Yep, that's. Oh, you got the 2K. Nice, good shit. It's too easy for you. Too easy for the goat. Your aim's crazy. Like you actually should just like leverage that over people. Jump on high ground and just DPS sometimes. Don't overfocus heals ever. Maybe you should play Illari, dude. Your Illari would probably be insane. I know you play Baptiste though, so Bap-Illari is usually the standard. I wish we could just get 2 of you. That Bap-Illari comp would be crazy. Healing burst? Nice, nice. Okay. You gotta be... Yeah. We used a lot of ults there. I'm glad you guys dropped... Okay, that's just me being a crackhead. That's me being a crackhead. I'm dropping off to get kills because I knew you guys were low. I don't always recommend that play, but I think in that situation, because you guys weren't looking at me, that was actually a pretty solid play that I would recommend you making too. If you're ever not getting looked at, sometimes people don't look at the Baptiste for just like DPS output. Like just drop, get a kill. Like it messes with them, especially in perfect map like this for Baptiste, where you can just like drop and then just right up there, jump right back up to high ground to safety. Like I think I actually made a solid play there that like, it's just a good play. Getting a pick is always worth it especially if you're able to be safe right afterwards. Oh my god, I'm punching my mic again. So yeah, getting a trade you need to be more wary about in certain cases, but getting a pick like that is huge. Dude, I need to stop sucking my own dick. I'm sorry, I promise it's not my intention to do that. I'm just trying to give examples, and I'm really good at being an ego maniac, so. That was a snipe of a knife, Jesus Christ. Okay. I wish your team would rotate top a little more. This is why I wish you had a cast or something so you could rotate top together. But your Ashe and your Hanzo want to hold low ground. They're trying to hold an off angle, like Max is trying to hold over there. Oh, this one we just got shit on. I remember calling it out. I'm just like, alright guys, just fucking run out there. Good luck. We just get obliterated because we didn't have anything. Yeah, you guys actually obliterated us this map. Okay, that was a bad beat. I know it technically would be the end of the map normally, but like, I guess it's just used to. I mean, in a normal game, it doesn't really matter because you already won, but like, bad beat for this case. I was taking the fight to you, that's right. Nice, Emmer. Nice. Good healing burst. Yeah. The reason why healing burst actually has that extra healing is because it was used as a combo with Immort. So Immort can leave your team at 1 HP and then bam, your healing burst allows you to burst him back up to full. So that's the reason why it actually has extra healing. So you originally, if you didn't know, it didn't have that extra burst healing, and it instead would just be only over time healing. It was still very good and still very useful, and it was great for just grouped up healing. It was so much healing, like, oh god, the healing was insane. But the burst healing is now you could combo it with immortality. So I actually like that you used immortality first and then did the regenerative burst after. I don't know if you did that on purpose or not, but if you did do it on purpose to take advantage of the regenerative burst, that's a good thing, because regenerative burst is very useful. It is a very good combo with immortality. I have not been paying attention to whether your immortalities have been good. Actually, your ability usage has been pretty good. I see a lot of Baptiste where I feel like a lot of the time they actually have pretty bad ability usage, and that's like what I spend a lot of the time VOD reviewing for. It's just like ability usage. Let's find out what I'm usually calling out people for. But you have good ability usage. Okay, I like the counter window. My window, I think I was just trying to catch out your tank, and you guys actually kited around it really well. Is similar? Oh, that's unlucky. Dang it. Yep, that was just a nice shot from Darko. It was unlucky. I get that you're trying to just make sure you're always trying to be a little bit more safe. I know what you're going for. You're going for it, and you just happen to accidentally walk out just a tiny bit. But just I mean, you were keeping that in mind, but just really just nailing it down. Just try to be safe as much as you can if you're trying to okay like that. But you know that. I don't know why I'm saying it. No reason to be saying on it. Oh god, that fucking Queen ult. This Queen ult just obliterates. So this is one of those situations where you kind of just get caught out. I know you're rotating with tank, but like, think about it from a more outside perspective. We Queen ult, and look where your team goes. So Ashe backs up, Mac goes that way because he's Mac, and then I don't know where Lunar goes. Lunar goes that way with Mac, and now you get singled out. And that's just like something that team comps just lack of experience with, like how to rotate out if they Queen ult. That's something you want to be thinking out. Okay, like if you expected a Queen ult, like try to make the call out, like, hey, they probably have Queen ult here. We should go in one way and then expect to kite it, or just start off the fight split. Just be ready for the Queen ult. So if you could make the call out to kite it together, there's a chance that Rex could have been alive, and then everyone else could be alive, because Lunar could have speeded out Rex, and then could also speed out you, and then you wouldn't be split here, and Rex couldn't possibly be alive. That Bob was actually really big for stopping any extra pushes they could have made. So if you guys were able to kite together, maybe with Yuna, or to the right with Mac, like it would have been huge, especially because Bob could cut him off from playing. So this is actually a really good Bob. I like this Bob a lot from Yuna. But if you guys did kite together, the Bob could lock him back, because everyone's scared to fight a Bob. He's so much HP. So like, if you could just use the Bob to cut him out, and then just all rotate this way and stick as a group. Once that anti was huge, but once that anti runs out, instant regenerative heal. You always have immortality ready to go. I mean, you already used immortality first. It was a good immort, by the way. You're always gonna be a little more careful. If you could have put it in a safer spot so it didn't get broken so quickly, because that immort got broken like immediately. Either way, like if that regenerative burst, bam, healed up, then you could take the fight again. Use the Bob to stall a little bit. Like, we don't have any ults. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I don't know if you guys were ult tracking, but like, say, you know, Yuna has the ult up, and Lunar and Mac are coming up on ults. Like, you guys could have just run us over with ults afterwards and possibly won the T fight. So just remember to kite together as a team and don't get split up. And then, yep. You see, like, we're all kited together. This is actually a kite that I called. This is just, I guess, just another full team example. So that's not necessarily on you, because your entire team split up like crazy. By the way, I just wanted to make that clear. That is not a slight on you in the slightest. But this is why kiting together is so important, and I catch myself alone on Baptiste all the time. It's so easy just to like catch yourself alone. And so that is just one example where you were alone, but also your team all went in random directions. So if you guys just all kited together, it could have been a lot more winnable for you guys. Either way, like, see, I called out this kite because I knew we were all low, and the Bob kind of held us back. And I literally said, like, hey, we're 99. We do not need to win. Like, you can let them cap, and then we can all kite up. And then, like, see, now we're full HP, and we can run out in the 3v4. And then Phoenix gets one tapped. Yeah, I'll just This is a spot. This is one thing I don't like about this team. We played so split up. That it kind of put me in a bad spot because now Metal's down here, like just a couple seconds ago. Here we go. When I was watching, I was like sitting in this spot. I wanted to sit in a safe spot because I knew enemies were over here. So I'm like, okay, if I sit like right here, they cannot fight me. And the main part is I can drop backwards this way. I can drop backwards this way, and I can come down here, and I'm able to just jump right back up her, or I can jump down and then just jump right back up. With Baptiste, you have that ability to play on edges like this and jump down and jump back up, which is why I was back here. I wanted to play safe where I could see Teddy, and I was able to see Metal, but Metal dropped to kill Lunar. Either way, I was actually kind of annoyed because I'm like, split attention like this on Baptiste is not the best. I wish we singled out people a little bit better because you guys instead we just split it up into 2 1v1s for some reason. That's why I was kind of sitting in this little safe spot. This is like the most panicking. That that Ember was so panicky. I was just really scared that fight. Okay, anyways, back to you. Let me know. Okay. Thanks. Good kill on Teddy, by the way. Or, like I said, I like that you focused Teddy first. Because you knew they were low. Good. Okay. Okay, I think you walked out a little bit too soon. Obviously, you guys are scared to touch the point, but you had Rex on point. You were healing him. You should have just stayed, like, back here. I think either this spot right here, or just, like, literally just back here. In a spot, because I had an angle on you and Darko had an angle on you. And there's not much you could do, because, like, I'm just sitting up there. I don't know if you knew I was up there or not, but just, like, when you think about it this way, like, I like to look up from top. Look how close enemies are to you and how far away your team is. Obviously, this is not a great spot, but this is an example to say if you did have more people up and this was a true team fight rather than just like a scramble to try to touch point, you were way too close. You just got to be careful with that. Remember that you have range. You can use that range heal and you can range damage. And you can use all your abilities at a pretty solid range. So I would stick back there when it's a little bit safer because the moment Rex dies, it's not like you're 1v4ing. Like, so just stay in a little bit more safe spot. But obviously, you're just trying to touch point. It's just a scramble, so I get it. It is understandable. Yep, Rex up really well. Good job. Alright. Either way. Cool. Honestly, I think your BAP's really good. I think you might need to work with a little bit of just playing with your team a little more. Make sure you don't get split up as often. Again, that's an issue I have all the time, so don't feel. And another thing is I do not think that you BAP-diffed me, like really. Or that I BAP-diffed you or you BAP-diffed me. I think we're pretty even overall. A thing about Baptiste and, well, support in general is sometimes you can look at a lot of healing and you're like, damn, they're so good. Look how much healing they got. But you didn't think about the fact that you're playing with a certain tank that just takes more damage. I played with a Reinhardt. Reinhardt takes so much damage compared to like Ramantra, who has a smaller hitbox. He has his different form. Obviously, he's going to take a lot of damage with his form. But like Reinhardt, he's full sending it. Unless he has a shield up, like he's just he's meat shield, you know, like he's gonna take a lot of damage. Same thing with Roadhog, same thing with, I don't know, Melga, someone like that. Like they're gonna take a lot more damage than say, I don't know, a Doomfist is, a Zarya, a Diva, or in this case, you know, Ramantra doesn't take as much damage as Reinhardt. So yes, I did have more healing than you, but that is literally just because our team needed more healing. And on top of that, I had Phoenix as my Lucio, and Phoenix doesn't necessarily get a great super high healing output. Not necessarily, that's not a bad thing because she's focused on speed a lot. Lunar does a lot more heals than Phoenix does. It's kind of like a different Lucio playstyle. Lunar's a lot more safe and focuses a little more on heals usually, while Phoenix is very, very aggressive and wants to get kills, wants to do follow-ups and stuff like that. It is not necessarily one, it's not mean one playstyle is better than the other. There's literally pros that are known, like there's Lee Jaegon. He's called Feed Jaegon because he's so known for being aggressive. And like, yeah, when he does great, he's amazing. He'll get like multiple boops on Lijiang Tower. Literally been called Lee Jaegon Tower before because Lee Jaegon's so fucking good at Lucio. In his peak, he's not as good unfortunately anymore, but that was years ago. Either way, like, something like he's super aggressive, but then there's players I already think of like Chio. Chio's an amazing Lucio now, probably one of the better ones in the world, and he's a little more safe. There's players like Moth. Moth is an old Lucio. He hasn't played in a long time professionally, but he also was really good, really defensive. And you know, there's trade-offs for different Lucios. I don't know why I'm talking about Lucio right now. This is about Baptiste, but all I'm saying is there's different Lucios. So just remember, sometimes healing output, it doesn't matter. I would be more paid attention to your damage output, because that's truly the difference between good Baptiste. And even then, damage output's different, because if you're playing against a Melga, you're gonna deal more damage. Like, you're just gonna deal more damage. You're playing against someone who wants to soak up damage, like Orisa, Melga, Roadhog, Reinhardt, like someone who just wants to take damage because you can survive. Yeah, either way, that's why stats don't matter, because playing against certain things, you're just gonna do different damage. Like, if you're playing Bastion, bragging about high damage output isn't saying much, because that's just what Bastion does. Compared to, like, I don't know, it's Venture. Venture does have solid damage output, but in comparison to Bastion, it's not the same. Like, yeah. Anyways, I think your Baptiste is great, and just stay at it. Keep at it. Just, yeah. Cool. I am an insane yapper, so I hope you at least understood anything. If you have any questions, just message me. Another thing is I actually want to see a VOD of you in Poke. If you have a VOD of you playing with a Sigma instead, I would love to see that. I think, because playing Bap with Poke versus Rush is like completely different. So I want to see that too. I want to see like a Bap Alari or Bap Zan comp. Again, it could be just any comp game, quick play game, whatever. In another scrim or whatever, like whatever you want. But yeah, cool. Hope you enjoy. Sorry it's a little long. I am a big yapper. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to render. Yep.